Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Dating Right. Our brother in blue comes through again with another fire video, and just how much the Passport Bro is catching traction. Even country music Grammy winning stars are noticing us and want their offsprings to embrace this lifestyle. So please subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
So there's this new movement called the Passport Bros. I want to talk about it this morning because it's a new trend that is going around with American men because they're so fed up with the feminists that are here that they're actually jumping ship and running over to other countries to find traditional women. And the best part is, drum roll, Passport Bro to me is usually a guy who's got his act together. And I'm trying to figure out how to guide my own two boys once they get to be marrying age, which is only about 10 years from now, on how to find these girls, because here's the deal.
Hey, what's going on, good people? In this video, we're going to be talking about Buddy Brown. Buddy Brown is a 3-time Billboard country music artist, but he has a pretty big YouTube channel where he do a series called Backwood Wisdom. But I don't know anything about this man's politics or how he feel about that. I don't get into that. But in this particular video he talked about the Passport Bro movement. And it's interesting to see him doing this because we just saw J. Cole and his artist do a song called Passport Bro. So it's good to see that the Passport Bro movement is definitely in the mainstream and there's no more debate about it. But enough of me talking, let's get right into it.
Here, I want to ask y'all a question. Do you know the difference between a feminist and a knife? At least a knife has a point. So there's this new movement called the Passport Bros. I want to talk about it this morning because it's a new trend that is going around with American men because they're so fed up with the feminists that are here that they're actually jumping ship and running over to other countries to find traditional women. And the best part is, drum roll, liberal women absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
This is what intrigues me, though.
That we know.
It's actually the opposite of the mail order bride because these men are flying over to these other countries to go meet these women, which gets pretty expensive, but it also gets the job done. Now, I know what everybody's saying. You live in the deep South, that's like the honeypot. Shh, don't tell nobody. I don't want these New York City boys coming down to Mississippi and messing with our southern women.
Don't worry, friend. They are not going south. They're going east. Like East Asia.
But look, here's how it happens. A lot of these guys are getting jobs in remote countries, right? And while they're there, they're able to actually meet these women. And it gets funny because the American women who are really woke are getting really pissed off about it. They make up all these lies about how these women over there can't even speak English and how these women over there are just trashy and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden you see a video of these chicks and you're like, they speak better English than a lot of y'all do. And they're elegant and they hold themselves very, very well.
That's what
and these hags watching The View absolutely hate it. They can't stand it, which is just hilarious. Now, I want to give y'all just a little bit of a disclaimer right here, okay? If you're fat and broke, men, this is not something where we're going to do like 90 Day Fiancé here. You got to be in shape. You got to have your act together. This kind of woman, if you're fat and broke and you got a credit score of like 425, she ain't marrying you for love. She marrying you for that green card, boy. What I'm saying is, if you want a woman who's worthwhile, I feel like you got to be a man who's worthwhile. It takes a whole lot more than that exchange rate. A passport.
100% agree with this gentleman. My name is Buddy, right? Yeah. You got to learn the language. I spoke with Grover from Tip Network. Respect. You have to understand how their culture views respect and how respect is such a dominant thing in other cultures, especially in Asian cultures. A lot of Americans, I hate to say it, don't have this base level of respect for everyone. I hear a lot of people always say, they got to earn my respect. You got to earn my respect. No, motherfucker. There's always a base level of respect for everyone and every human, especially with older people. They automatically get a base level, a higher base level than most people. And then you can take away respect and put more respect as you meet them and get to know them. But there's always that base level that you have to start off with.
Bro, to me, is usually a guy who's got his act together.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad he plugged that in there. Hey guys, just because you go to another country and date other women, this is not a out. You still gonna have to continue to, push yourself, be a better version. It's never gonna be a time where you go overseas and think you can just put your feet up on the beach. You still gotta get up and exercise. You still gotta take care of your finances. You still gotta be moving in a forward direction. But yes, these men need to know that if you're running away from American women who are trying to play you as well, don't go overseas and get played and bamboozled either just for a green card.
Passport bro to me is usually a guy who's got his act together. And I'm trying to figure out how to guide my own two boys once they get to be marrying age, which is only about 10 years from now, on how to find these girls, because here's the deal. There's a big study that's come out with high school senior boys in America right now, and they're all trending big time conservative. Same study, high school girls, senior in high school, trending big time liberal. They're gonna see eye to eye on nothing. Fast forward 10, 15 years, there's gonna be a big problem, y'all. The birth rate's already low. Thank God for Southern girls, otherwise I'm gonna have to take my boys over to meet some nice Slavic girl in 2032 in the summertime and bring her on back.
Oh, hold on there, buddy. Now, you make sure you let your sons know, don't bring these women back. Don't bring them back. I know that may be a problem for you because you want your sons in the States, living next door, living a couple blocks over from you or right on the acres with you. But let your sons know that you cannot bring these women back to the U.S. And the reason for that is because once they get over here and see the television, the social media, they start acting like the Western women. Now, look, they can.
The hive mindset is too strong. Women are just built this way to, assimilate to society, because if they stand out, they get pounded. So, being in those countries, they are assimilated into that. Once they come here, they kind of want to, or sort of forced to assimilate into American culture. Not all, not always. No, there's still good women that you can bring over, and they'll still be, wonderful wives, wonderful mothers. It's just the chances are so low. None of us passport bros ever suggest that. I'm not saying it can't be done. Not saying there aren't women that can. It's just balance of probability. And as us men, we just don't want to take those risks. Especially want to tell you guys, it's not worth the risk sometimes.
And luck up and really meet traditional women who will come back to the States and still be good to those men. And I hope that's the case. But yes, this is the rub about, dating foreign women. It's not best to bring them back to the States.
But all jokes aside, I got a really good friend you could probably consider the original passport bro. He was in the Army, and this would be like early 2000s, so figure Iraqi, Afghanistan timeline. Girl he was dating was his high school sweetheart back here in America, and she cheats on him, gets pregnant by another guy, right? After
so common in the military, so common.
his tour was over, he ends up in like Brazil or Peru for some time. He meets this girl who's just the love of his life. They've been married 17 years now. And they were going about this whole thing, and one night he was actually telling her the story about what happened with his ex. He got pregnant by another guy. She grabbed her face and just started crying as if it happened to her. She took it so personally. She said, no matter how long you were ever gone, I would never do something like that to you. Now, whether you believe that or not, fellas, this chick he believed was absolutely genuine. And like I said, they've been married for so many years now that obviously she was. But the reasons to join the military keep on expanding, boys. Look, I'm lucky as hell that I married a wife who is not only traditional, but strong as hell. If you meet my wife, you know she fits both of those. They don't make them like that anymore. But I do think what's so great about the American spirit is if it's missing here at home, we can go bring better Americans in to fill their spots. Amen?
I like his thought process.
Unfortunately, we can't kick the woke ones out of here. But here's the reality of the Passport Bros movement, okay? Men with their act together can go overseas instantly. When they hate feminism, they can go overseas and find a traditional wife, but there ain't no way in hell a feminist from America could ever go outside this country and ever get a man to put up with half of her BS and support her on top of that. You know what I mean?
And you're definitely right about that. We are seeing stories that women are trying to do what passport men are doing. They call themselves the passport sis, and they are failing horribly. So yes, it's definitely not working out for passport sisters.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why liberal women absolutely hate the Passport Bros movement. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It takes 6 men to carry a man as pallbearers to his grave. It takes one woman to put him there. So choose wisely.
Now I like that line right there. That's pretty good. It takes 6 men to carry you to the grave, but it only takes one woman to put you there. But I do like the fact that he's bringing up a topic that I am hearing about more often with parents and older people. And this was really my first time hearing a man say this. I've mostly been hearing women say they will encourage their sons to date foreign women. Like, they know how Western women are and the mess that's going on in the States. And it's really sad to see what a bad fallen state, the U.S. has really become, where it's to the point where parents got to be honest with their sons and tell them, you probably want to go to a foreign country to find a wife, and none of that mail order bride stuff or none of that 90-day fiance crap. Like, you can just go overseas and truly court and look for a traditional woman. But I thought that was a pretty great video to show how the passport movement has really gone mainstream at this point. But that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe.
Awesome, Chow. Awesome, Chow. Dating right. You on fire, brother. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. We'll keep on producing that great content. And then, thanks to Buddy, too. Country music Billboard star. Telling men it's okay. It's okay. He understands. He even understands so well that he wants his sons to do it. That's a big endorsement. I had a father comment yesterday, about how his son, and it became a passport broker through my content, and he was happy about it. And I'm proud that fathers understand this, and fathers are helping their sons, guide them through these types of issues. So please subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.